I got to be in the building for that one on Saturday. It was so much fun. Luka tying his career high, 42 points, went to the line 14 times on Saturday night. After the game, though, Steve Kerr lamenting some of the calls Luka got, where he leaned into defenders who were closing out to contest his shot. So, Paul, you used to get some superstar calls in the league. Do you like the way the rules help high-volume shooters?
I mean, this is an unspoken rule. I mean, the stars of this league get the benefit of the doubt. I mean, that particular play right there, they stopped calling that when you jumped into the defender. But for the most part, superstars get more calls in offense. That's why they're superstars, because they get the benefit of the doubt. They're highly skilled, highly intelligent, and they know how to manipulate the refs.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like gifted calls, it's funny because, you think about what Steph and Kevin Durant, some of these guys have done, that have benefited Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr also played with Tim Duncan. Steve Kerr also played with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So I would say that Steve Kerr is an expert on the subject. I just don't know if he should be the individual complaining about said subject. So, no, I agree with Paul, man. You understand this as when you're guarding stars, when I used to have to guard him, and he used to tell the officials that I was always doing something, and they always agreed with him, right? It's like, that's the only way to guard guys. You have to be physical. You have to try and do things. That play in particular, those are ones that I think should just be cut out of the game for safety purposes. And I think that's not the one that people are talking about. But make no mistake that Luka Doncic has spent quite a bit of time complaining that he doesn't get enough calls. So it's like you got both sides of the argument there.
Well, I'm going to let Steve defend himself here because you guys both disagree with him. So here's what he had to say for himself.
I don't fault the officials for making those calls. I fault the league for basically gifting those calls to all of our players, and our guys get them too. To me, it's not a basketball play. If you jump 3 feet forward, I don't think you deserve a foul when all you're doing is looking for the foul. I think the league has done a great job with helping find a really good place for the offensive players to shine, the athleticism to be on display for our fans. But we've gotten out of control with sort of gifting offensive players the ability to deceive the refs or to grab or whatever and jump 3 feet, 4 feet into a guy and draw a foul. We have to give the defensive player some benefits of the doubt, but it's just the officials have to call it. That's the way the league dictates that they call it. So I have no problem with the officials.
So, Paul, part of what he's saying is he thinks that this should change going forward. Do you agree with him?
Well, yeah, I thought that was already a rule. I mean, I remember during my last days in the league that you weren't allowed to jump forward. But, as the rules change each and every year, it's more geared toward the offensive player, and they're going to get the benefit of the doubt more times than not.
Well, and to Steve's point, his players benefit from them also. But there are certain times, like that one on Braun is not so much because he uses the defender and you should never leave your feet. But in the era where we're saying that you have to give players room to land, you can't now jump. You can't give the player space because if you jump forward, they can jump forward into you. And so I look kind of like the Kevin Durant sweep through that became, so famous and so popular. The league is going to constantly adjust because players are always advancing the game. So the referees in the league are typically reactionary in these situations, and they are, doing things in advance.
All right, guys, we will keep an eye, as always. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.